I tell you what, this UK summer is killing me. This UK summer is fucking destroying my life. Let's just, yeah.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go! Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Is that normal?
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is.
Are you sure about that?
I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Of course.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Yes, because fucking Monokuma Taichi, you twat.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Why would you even think that?
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Okay. Okay, that's alright. The fact that she's just outright like, listen. One, I like how she keeps calling him an imbecile. Two, that is a great way. That is a great way for this noble woman to say, I'm not a slut. That is an amazing way. I have never heard that line. I am not some woman with flexible legs. That is great. Okay.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
I don't know why, but I just love that. That was just so great. Like, anyone could have said anything. Hajime could have just said, like, no. But the fact that she took the time to point that out was great. And the way she said it, I love that.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer.
We have to do the intros, madam.
Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
This is true.
What do you mean, definitely?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House.
That's not the reason I would go with, but I can't imagine Chiaki or like, you wouldn't kill him. And I can't imagine Sonia being able to overpower and beat the shit out of a giant mechanical man.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
Jesus.
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
That is so not you to say. That is so not you.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
That sounds fucking insulting. Jesus.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
No.
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
I mean, you're gonna say it's the hammer, but it's not the hammer. He's gonna say it's the hammer, but it's not the hammer. Yeah, new looking hammer.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
Nah,
No, that's wrong!
nah.
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Yeah, but killer might have wiped off the oil later.
And left the hammer? Why?
Why?
Exactly.
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
But then why would they leave it if you would jump to the assumption it was the murder weapon?
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
It's Boss Baby, not Baby Gangster.
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Shut up.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Apart from the pillow that had the blood on it.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
You mean the pillar? The pillar.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon! Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar!
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Nekomaru.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body! With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid! He ain't the type to commit suicide!
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
Back to this. Back to this, are we? Back to the replica of the first game. Doing it again. Doing it again. Which means that we're probably going to be set up. We're going to be set up for a falsified case next, and then we're going to have the real final boss match.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
By toppling it.
Huh? For reals?
By toppling it.
Yes, for reals.
Alright.
I see. So my gut was right after all. Alright, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Okay.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
God.
They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
No, that's wrong! If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too. But it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
I have no idea.
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Look, you had your time to shine. Shut up.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Considering there's a head-shaped crater in the top of the pillar with blood or oil on it, it's safe to say it was used to kill him.
Why are you so certain about that?
I have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we? There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Okay. How? Just smash him against it?
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it.
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
Okay, Gundam, calm down.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, Gundam.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark divas of destruction.
What is this? What is this?
I see.
People have to ship this, right? People have to ship this now. This is a thing now.
I don't know why, but I'm unlike.
People have to ship this now, right? This is a thing. She's suddenly all about Gundam in this chapter.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Rude ass motherfucker.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
She's been hanging out with people too much. She's been hanging out with us commoners too much.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Seriously, you're borderline creepy at this point.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
She's been hanging out with us commoners for too long. She's been hanging out with us commoners for too long. She needs to get away.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
Goddamn.
So that's
Wait, was that even?
Is that really it?
No, yeah, I think that would have been it.
It's weird you say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
God.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
No, that's wrong. Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange?
Okay, no, but what?
When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much. If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Ah, damn.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
No, because of the oil.
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Okay. Okay. Okay, but the oil though. The oil though. Yeah, you?
There are many different
Cute.
ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the pillar, he could have moved it all easy as pie.
Yeah, I fucked up there.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crunch.
Allow me to cut through those words! Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor. When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really
That's like the one comment where it's like, okay, alright, that's fine.
Towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building, or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint!
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
The thing, yeah, life-threatening, that's
I
it.
see.
But I was about to say the killing game, but no, that's not
Talking
that.
about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
What, did you take a picture?
At an opportune time, I found a perfect
Oh, yeah.
camera in the final dead room.
Oh, yeah!
You took a picture?
Yep. See? This is it. Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right? Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Okay, this new Nagito is something special. This new Nagito is something special. What doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Well, I mean, there's the other area.
Here!
That was correct.
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggests it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Other contradictions. I'm not too sure, honestly.
Here!
Okay.
The structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was. Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle, which means if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call.
Okay, that wasn't what I was after, but it worked.
In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
Sure.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Maybe I teleport. I still love
You
that.
suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
It means that the two houses are stacked on top of each other. They're stacked on top of each other, boys! Okay, we got this. We got this. Let's go. Come on. God. Ah, come on. That should have been cool. That should have been fine. They're different buildings. They're stacked on top of each other, boys! Wait, what? They're the same building? What? Oh no, I'm thinking units, not buildings. They're different units of the same build. Okay, fair enough. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take the hit on that one. I'll take the hit on that. Here we go, vertically.
It's all coming together! Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
I see!
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
She needs to get away from her, seriously.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided.
Right, it never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
God damn it.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then, it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
No, it's probably an elevator.
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Because it's an elevator.
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
One, you're getting really creepy and desperate, and two, it's clear she gives zero fucks about you. She gives zero fucks about you. Like barely even friendship at this point.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my
I love that she's.
So which one was the fake?
I love this.
Shut up! Just pick one of them.
I love this. I love this explicitly.
I'm
So
gonna solve this.
And hurry up!
One of the bodies was actually a dummy.
No, that's wrong! Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said... Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so he couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
is it though?
You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see.
Well, no, they would.
That is disappointing.
She's done with him. She's just done with him.
I'm even more disappointed.
She just wants him gone.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
It's called an elevator. Do we really have to? It's called an elevator. Couldn't she have just said elevator? God. Oh no, it's LE. God damn it, it's LE. You wanna be nice? You wanna be nice? An E.
Must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
Just to throw us off.
And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
Just to throw us off, innit?
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Oh no, but that's why Nagato... Wait, no. Yeah, that's when... No, I'm thinking of the other elevator where Nagato's like, yo, hold this compass, by the way. And it spins.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
One on the floor?
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
It's an elevator, only the floor moves.
I see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
What?
Wait, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right? The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse.
What, did the killer find it out? Did the killer know?
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand.
So the killer knew.
And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building.
I want to point out, I have a strong hunch of who the killer is. Like, I've had my hunch kicked in about an hour ago, and it's not even because of this trial. It's because of external things that have nothing to do with any of the evidence, but I think I know who it is.
The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
This is fun.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other? If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
The elevator rotates.
What does this mean?
Stop hanging out with him. Stop hanging out with him, madam. Alright, where is... Alright, Kozuichi.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Bitch. Bitch, rotation. They spinning.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you.
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House
There's so much shit going on in this case.
appeared on our left side.
There's so much shit going on in this case.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Where are we?
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
Uh-huh.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
I love this Nagito.
As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
It's an 8-sided shape.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
You're just looking for insults now.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
You mean Grape House? Why?
Crap!
Oh yeah, shit, it's 6-sided.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it.
don't see it. I don't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't see it. I don't see it. Am I blind?
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final Dead Room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learn?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
I want to point out that means that the killer played Russian roulette and won.
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
I mean, I still think I'm aware of who the killer is, and it has nothing to do with the trial or the evidence at all. It's just how this game works.
Hiya! Okay, everyone, all together now. Mon ami is a serious stupatly.
Okay. Alright. Yay!
Hello. I hope your day is well.
I hope yours isn't.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy.
Good.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept the situation so easily?
Okay.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Yeah, but that's if he's murdered to advance you guys. He doesn't want to die in your failed attempt in trying to succeed shit.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything.
Of course
you
not.
know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Yeah!
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
Top floor, probably.
That, I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
From the top floor, probably.
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
If someone's inside, if it detects any movements. But if you put a robot in sleep mode, then it won't happen.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
There you go, good night button. Give me that shit. Give me that good shit.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong!
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
Nah, man, they suspended him. That's why he had wire around him.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
Wire, bruh.
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
To be fair, you are, and you're kind of a sex pest as well. It's a little problematic. The police might have to get involved. You see that wire? You see that wire right there? Yeah, that's the good shit.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that!
Yeah!
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair!
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
Like they had a little sleep bubble.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
Shut up, Monokuma.
You better not finish that sentence!
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall. Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push... There's no way they could do that!
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way... But in that case... You still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you want to tip, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside. Damn it! Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that!
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep.
There we go. Okay. Okay. I thought I saw it.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Probably.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Oh yeah, because he fucked with the door handle beforehand.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Accurate.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
He does.
So thanks
He's a
to
problem.
that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside
And he hit
down.
the pillar. He hit the top of the pillar, which made the pillar topple over and killed him in the process.
that doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor.
No, he hit.
Of
I
course,
just said he hit the pillar.
Right. I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See? I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
I'm like, okay.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
But Monokuma Tai Chi is 7 o'clock.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Okay, what we got? What bullets we got? Radio clock, that's the one. That's gotta be the one.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
God, you bastard! You bastard! God damn it! I was not expecting a second one to pop up.
We headed for Grape before 7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must...
Killer they probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong.
I was not expecting a second one to just be like, nah, bitch.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time display.
So they all had their times fucked with.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Remember, Monokuma said that we all ditched. So all of us missed the time. So all of the clocks were fucked with.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Ship it!
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Oh, the clocks were fucked with. I want to point out, since I know who did it, and I figured out who did it before walking in here, I know how they did it, and I'm quite impressed. I am quite impressed. Again, I can't believe I solved this before the case started. Not because of the evidence, but just because of how this game works. If you pay attention, if you play this game enough, you just know how it does things. So you know who's gonna be the killer, judging by how the thing goes. God, really? Boy!
It's all coming together.
I like how they've added a third option to these now.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
About 30 minutes or so. Wait, no, 2 hours. 2 hours. Because we heard the noise like 5:30.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when you fell.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Then how?
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling
How did
sound
you not
as
hear
reference,
it?
we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
So 2 hours. That's not rocket science, it's 2 hours.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious, so they can lure out just Nekomaru. If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone. From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means. I see!
That took no effort.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to.
Oh,
Great
Sonya didn't
Tower
hear it because her
every
room's
7
soundproof. I
a.m.
just
for
realized.
activity, right?
Sonya didn't hear it because her room's soundproofed. And that just confirmed who did it.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Slip of the tongue.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fall?
Or that.
Wrong! Too
You mean slip of the tongue?
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Yep. Yep. And this is gonna help prove who done it.
Alarm?
Alarm that Chiaki and Sonya didn't hear for reasons, and that being that their room is soundproofed. So what kind of males are in the soundproofed rooms?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. There was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his desk.
Nagi too.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Nagi Tao.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You're definitely fucking lying.
Nope.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard
Because
it.
you were in a soundproof room.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Soundproofing, baby.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common. And I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I have to actually spell it, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. It hit the D, that was just... alright. Boys!
I got it! Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Soundproof.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Yes.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right?
Yes, the one dude who was in a deluxe room who happened to hear the alarm.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer. Decisive factor?
Where your ass at, boy? Where your ass at, boy?
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
He should have snuck past at that point, mate.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
He should have.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
That is true.
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
It is, isn't it?
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
I'm sorry?
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Okay.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Okay, so there was some extra bullshit you found out.
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
You see, this is the reason why before stepping foot into the trial, I was like, okay, it was Gundam. Because these two have never had this real interaction. And suddenly, character development happens between two characters. Like, okay. That's how these games work. It's like, if a character suddenly starts being more involved, they're either gonna die or they're gonna kill. That's like Mikan. Like, I chose not to see it, but Mikan in chapter 3 is like, she's always just been there, the butt of the joke, and that's it. And it's like, okay, 3 people are ill. Oh, Mikan time to shine, which means she's gonna go. Chapter 1, it's like, okay, Byakuya's taking charge. He's gonna go. So, that's how it works. That's how these games work. These two suddenly became besties. So, one of them gonna go. Nekomaru died, which means one of them is the killer. Almost certainly not Sonia.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
There's a secret passage, and when we first got here, he sent out his 4 hamsters to be like, yo, find shit.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House.
Exactly, you just said human.
For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry.
Unless you knew about the secret passage.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing, which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Yeah, it's none of those. It's none of those.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the 2 houses.
Okay, I know.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption...
I already know what it is.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the 2 houses.
Fucking.
As long as that your assumption...
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot...
Since I was at... There's no question that the...
It would have been different if
there was a...
How much longer
God,
do you...
I missed
Why don't we
it. I
stop
missed
this
it. God damn
already?
it.
That elevator, the only means of travel. As long as that your assumption...
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot...
Since I was at... There's no question that the...
It would have been different.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
How? How? What is the hitbox on that? It's
If the killer
I can't.
Since I was at
It's small enough to be hit by. It's small enough to not be hit by the goddamn silencer, but it's big enough to be hit by a truth bullet. Fuck off. Fuck off, game.
That elevator, the only means of travel between the two houses.
Really? Okay, fine. Alright, whatever. I don't care.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method? You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
What?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry! You wouldn't like me when I'm angry!
Okay, boy, what we got? What we got? Okay, I'm not sure which of these it could be.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Shit.
Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
This is madness! This is madness!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
This is madness, okay.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, allow me to cut.
Okay, that was on reaction. I didn't mean to do that, but that was correct.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower.
All came from the room.
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
This is true.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by
Ah, he's doing it! He's doing it!
Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Great
This is amazing.
which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did.
He's
when we
taken
found
my
out the
mechanic.
elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Okay.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
My only question is why though? Like,
What do you intend to
like
do?
why did you kill him? Why him specifically?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more?
Like I guess it's just because he didn't want to starve to death, which is understandable.
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
Well, no, you could just have hamsters climb up on him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
Hamsters, though.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Oh yeah, panic talk, baby.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesized! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesized! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesized! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
Yes!
This is the end!
Boy!
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes.
I did think it weird that you felt the need to do this. And the fact that it was voiced showed that it had meaning.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Wait, why am I making a closing argument? Nagato did it. Well, no, but wait, no, Nagato did it though. Oh, Jesus, he looks dead. Nagato did it though. Why are we... Wait, no, that's the sound that he made when he hit the... Okay, goddammit. God. That's really pissing me off. It has to be this, but where the fuck? Okay, it has to be. It can't be that. It can't be that. Okay, well there we go. There we go. Okay, I forgot that one was there. My B. There we go.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
But it's already been done though. Nagito did it though.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the
Nagito did this though.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
It's so weird hearing Young Boss say with the power of hamsters.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Look how happy he is with himself. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that was me. That perfect plan was me.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already.
Why aren't you beating the shit out of him?
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
There we go.
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe you killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that!
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Alright then. Okay, so, Gundam a killer. I will admit, before this trial, I wouldn't have expected. I will be 100% with you guys. I would not have honestly expected the Gundam to be like, you know what, I'm gonna kill somebody.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Uh-huh. Okay, there's one more death after this. There has to be one more death for the last trial of the game. 5 chapters, that's how we roll. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the Amazing Funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yeah, I said all that about biting my tongue. Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? A loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say anything.
Listen well.
Is what I would say, but for honour's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh? Nekomaru did fight. That was no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died. Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of
If he was just trying to cling to life, there were many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that. What do you mean? Explain. Fine then, I shall reveal it all. Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had our stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose to fight and risk life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death.
Let me
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been much more complicated. You know, yeah, you would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself. Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Mikamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
What?
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I'm not going to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
Alright.
That is...
Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Yeah. I've noticed I don't read the flashbacks because it's like I've read that shit already. Ever since we were locked inside this building, everyone has been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will
Giving
die.
up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism? In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world will consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fibre of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you.
It is a violation of the natural order. It is arrogance, the arrogance of humanity. Are you saying that? Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
What?
That sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn
Yeah.
it.
That man, he had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I did not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That's the absolute truth. But even so,
My tears.
don't you think it was a better alternative to slowly starve to death here?
Oh,
That belief, is that why you committed your crime?
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make
Unlike
history.
Nagato, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you asked such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. Therefore, well, there's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like
Not in a
dust
million,
the
not in a
wind.
billion, not in 10 in 1,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish God damn it, God damn it, Gundam! I blame Sonia for this. I blame his sudden connection to Sonia for this.
Yes, indeed.
I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. Please wait. This is just too much. Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. Miss Sonia. Please, I beg of you. Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. Yeah, it's fine to start for reals, right? Yes,
Fine.
I do not mind. However...
What is it, my 4 dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
Okay, why is this affecting me? Oh god, why is this affecting me?
I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
Okay, I'm okay. Why is this making me real big sad? Okay, whew.
That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Okay, him speaking softly to his hamster shouldn't have affected me as much as it did. Oh fuck! Oh fuck, that hurt. Aha! Oh god, he's leaving them behind. Wait, is his magic bullshit real? Wait, is his magic bullshit real? It's real! I think. Or not. I don't know. What the fuck? What the fuck? He died a warrior's death and is going to Breeder Valhalla! Okay! Alright. Okay, Gundam. Alright, Gundam. No, no. He died and went to Breeder Valhalla. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever deserve that answer.
Damn it.
I'm so pissed off, I need to throw something.
Damn
We
it!
all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh,
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. Is this the first time we see her cry? Because, oh god. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that. How long are you guys going to stand there around chatting? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back to Jabberwock Island. However, the Ken School trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this gonna continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food. Hold on a sec, the mood shifts too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Huh.
Well, she's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey, hey.
Then let's go back now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then, let's do our best. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, and despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our very best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way that the file is just hiding his information.
Well,
I guess they're too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would have got complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life. For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now
Thanks for
then.
coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well.
Wow.
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see, so even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time.
Hello.
So why did you summon me anyway? Were you finally going to confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize for the Find the Dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even
Well,
know?
there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that
But
right?
this file contains documents that were created at Hoseby Academy, right?
Of course!
That's right. I just reused stuff from the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file even contained information about the traitor, was the person who also a former student of Hoseby Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not the point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all
Well, you're
riled
still
up.
completely correct when you say, I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who the traitor is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. The existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the Evil Future Foundation's lackey, who's putting you guys through all this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
Hey.
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right? Yep. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No,
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I want to make
Unbelievable.
everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wanted to be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betrayed me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brilliantly, step-ladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer in hope after all. I must say that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. Reminds you... I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of another person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're not even involved in something like this, or you're involved in something like this, am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
You don't know?
When you say that, coming across this much despair is rather a rare opportunity. I couldn't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to do this one. I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from the island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him. Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island? Well, answer my question. If that's the case, if that person's already on this island, wouldn't it be exciting? Okay, what? Oh yeah, we done. We done, boys. Down to like what, 6 people? 7 people? Oh yeah, 7 people. Good times. At least one person's gonna die. At least 1, maybe 2 people are gonna die. Oh yeah, I got his earring. Oh yeah, the Hellhound earring. Good times. Ah, damn. Ah, damn. That made me, seriously, that made me sad. Like, Jesus.